Please come to order. Good evening and welcome. I am Eric Colvin. I represent the 1st Commissioner District, which includes Ridge, Piney Point, and St. George's Island. Commissioner President Guy will be joining us tonight via WebEx. Commissioner Guy, can you hear me?
I'm on. Thank you very much, Eric.
Very good. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the other commissioners seating to my right, representing the 2nd Commissioner District, which includes Leonardtown and Hollywood, Commissioner Mike Hewitt.
Good evening.
John O'Connor, who represents the 3rd Commissioner District, which includes Charlotte Hall, 7th District, Golden Beach, and Mechanicsville, is joining us via WebEx. Commissioner O'Connor, can you hear me?
Good evening.
Good evening. And Commissioner Todd Morgan, who represents the 4th Commissioner District, which includes Lexington Park, Summit, California, Great Mills, and some of Hollywood, is also joining us via WebEx. Commissioner Morgan, can you hear me?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Commissioner.
Seated to my left at the end of the dais is Dr. Rebecca Bridget, our County Administrator.
Good evening.
Elisa Casas, our Communications Director, is sitting to the table at my right.
Good evening.
And Amy Carter, our Video Media Producer, is behind the glass. Just a reminder to please turn off your cell phone or put it on vibrate for the large crowd that we have in here with us tonight. Tonight's public hearing is on legislation, proposed legislation on having authority for jurisdictional authority for emergency medical services billing. And we'll now have a presentation from Mr. Weiskopf, our County Attorney.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good evening, Commissioners, County Administrator. Seated to my left is Steve Walker, the Head of Emergency Services in St. Mary's County, who is here to help me through this and answer any questions. As you know, I was in front of you on December 1st requesting a public hearing. We've advertised twice. We were initially going to have it in Leonardtown High School. That, COVID kind of ramped up again, so here we are. Hopefully people are watching, listening, and will call in with any comments. And what we're here, based on COVID and other issues, the rescue squads have had trouble fielding people to run calls. And so there was a thought that St. Mary's County would start providing some manpower, some paid manpower via contractors or what have you. And in doing that, the thought was looking at how we possibly could recoup some of this money. And so the thought was, could we bill for ambulances? And if we look at what the law is currently in Maryland under the insurance article, you can only bill for ambulance services if you meet the definition of ambulance provider. And currently the county would not. So this is legislation to allow the county to be deemed having, jurisdiction over the emergency medical services for purposes of billing for ambulances. And that's required under Maryland law. And hence that is why we were here asking for the legislative proposal. Does that about sum it up, Mr. Walker?
Covered it pretty good.
Do you have questions,
or
Commissioners?
Any thoughts that you wanted to add, Mr. Walker, or wait for questions?
No, I mean, the intent here is to provide ambulance service where it's in the business of saving lives. That is the goal here. So.
Do any of the commissioners have any questions at this time?
None at this time.
Very good. All right.
No.
Dr. Bridget will now provide the format for the public hearing.
Thank you, Commissioner Colvin. This is public hearing number 3 for January 5th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Here are the guidelines for the Commissioners of St. Mary's County Public Hearing for the Office of the County Attorney for authority having jurisdiction, emergency medical services billing legislation. If you wish to address the Commissioners, please call 301-475-4200, extension 1234, to provide your name and address for the record. You will then be given an opportunity to speak to the Commissioners through the phone conference. All speakers will be allotted 3 minutes to address the Commissioners. At the end of the 3 minutes, our Communications Director, Elisa Casas, will let you know that your time has expired. We ask that you respect the 3-minute time limit in order to give all those who wish to participate an opportunity to be heard. This public hearing is being televised live on St. Mary's County Government TV 95 and the county's YouTube channel. If you should miss any part of the hearing, it will re-air on Channel 95 this Friday, January 8th at 9:30 p.m. and will remain available for on-demand viewing on the St. Mary's County Government YouTube channel. Citizens were provided an opportunity to address the commissioners via video submissions, but because we did not receive any video submissions for the public hearing from the Office of the County Attorney for authority having jurisdiction, emergency medical services billing legislation, we will now begin accepting comments through our teleconferencing system. Ms. Casas?
Dr. Bridget, Commissioners, it does not appear that we have any calls on our teleconference, but I'll check in with Julie. Julie, this is Elisa Casas. I'm calling to ask if we have any public comments via our teleconference line for the public hearing for authority having jurisdiction for emergency medical services billing legislation. Thank you, Julie. Commissioners, Dr. Bridget, we don't have any calls on the public teleconference line at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Casas. Commissioners, this concludes our public hearing. Please note that the public comment period will remain open for 7 days until close of business on January 12th. Should the public wish to send an email to csmc@stmarysmd.com or U.S. mail to P.O. Box 653, Leonardtown. Thank you. Commissioner Colvin?
Thank you, Dr. Bridget. Just want to reemphasize what Dr. Bridget said. The record does remain open for an additional week. Please feel free to write in. We know this is a difficult issue. It's a difficult transition that we're proposing here. It's a big change from how things have been done in the past, but it's important, and we want to hear from our community. Additionally, I believe we have a public forum next Tuesday in the evening, so if you still would like to have a chance to speak directly to us, you can call in for our public forum next week. At this time, we're going to adjourn. Thank you all.
That was a great job, Commissioner Colvin.